So today we're looking at additional money saving challenges to really help step up your savings game. And this is actually a continuation of a video I did last month where I listed out a bunch of challenges. So if you haven't seen that one, definitely check it out. I will link it above. And in that video, I have about 5 or 6 challenges that you might not have heard of yet, but they are super easy to start. But before we jump in, don't forget to like and comment, and also subscribe if you like personal finance videos and you want to see more. So the first challenge on our list is the bank balance. And this is very simple, and I like this one because it has 2 important benefits. On one hand, it can really help you get into a routine of checking your bank balance on a regular basis if you aren't already. And this is actually something that I recommend doing every day for maybe about 5 minutes, but I do realize that people are busy. So if you're not in the routine, this challenge can help, but that is not the only benefit, and this challenge is also a simple way to help you save money throughout the entire week. And basically, this is how it works. You'll select 2 or 3 days out of the week, maybe a Monday, a Wednesday, and a Friday. And on these days, you'll sign into your online bank account, and you'll then look specifically for the previous day's ending balance. And whatever the last digit is of this balance, you'll transfer that amount into savings. So if your ending balance is $659, you'll transfer $9 into your savings account. So the next challenge is the deck of cards challenge. And this is another simple one that just about anyone can do, because to get started, all you need is a deck of cards. And basically, you'll go through your deck and you'll take out 1 ace as well as 1 of each face card, that being your jack, your king, and your queen. The next thing you'll do is assign a dollar amount to each card. And if you don't have a lot of extra money, you can start small and maybe assign $5 to a jack, $10 to a queen, $15 to a king, and maybe $20 to an ace. Now that is only a suggestion, so if you want to do more or challenge yourself, you can definitely assign higher amounts to each card. Maybe $10 for a jack up to $40 for an ace is totally up to you. But like the previous challenge, you'll pick 1 day out of the week, or maybe 2, and without looking at the cards, you'll shuffle them and then randomly pull one. And whatever card that you pick, you will then transfer the assigned dollar amount into savings. And you can also do a similar version of this challenge with a pair of dice. And one thing I want to add, and I meant to say this earlier, is that both of these challenges, the dice and the deck of cards, these are really fun challenges for doing with another person, maybe a friend or a spouse. That way you can save together and you can be accountable to each other. So basically with this challenge, once a week you'll roll a pair of dice, and the number that it lands on determines how much you put into savings. Now there are many ways to decide how much to save. If you don't have a lot of extra money, you can simply save the face value of the dice. So if you roll a 12, this is what you put into savings. But if you're in a position to do more, you might save double the face value of the dice, or you can assign a dollar amount to each number, maybe starting at $5. Next, we have the put something back challenge. Now, I do recommend shopping with a list, and this applies whether you're buying food, clothes, household items. It really doesn't matter. A list can keep you focused. But even if you take the time to come up with a really detailed shopping list, chances are that there is at least 1 item on your list or in your cart that you can still do without. So for this challenge, after you finish putting items in your cart, take one final look at your soon-to-be purchases, and before heading to checkout, see if you can put back 1 item. And this works whether you're shopping online or in person. And if you are able to put something back, take the money that you would have spent on that purchase and transfer it to savings. Next, we have round up a payment. Now with this challenge, it does not offer a noticeable immediate savings, but I still thought it was important to add to the list, because if you're able to stick with it, you can potentially save hundreds, if not thousands, in the long run. So this is how it works. If you have a credit card bill, a mortgage, or maybe an auto loan, starting next month, round up your payments to the nearest $100. So if your credit card minimum is $86, make a payment of $100. And if your mortgage is $1,460, make a payment of $1,500. And you want to do this for as many payments as you can. That way you can start eating away at your balances quicker and reduce how much you owe in interest. Now for a mortgage or auto loan, keep in mind that this should be a principal only payment, and I do recommend making the payment online if possible, because when you pay online, there's usually an extra line that's reserved specifically for principal only payments, which basically guarantees that your lender will apply the extra money to your principal and not your interest. Now, if this is not an option and you have to write a check, make sure that you send the extra payment on its own check, and in the memo section, you have to specify principal only. And finally, we have the minimalism challenge. And I gave this challenge a try about a year ago, and it was pretty eye-opening because it really makes you examine your needs and evaluate how much of your stuff you actually use. I saw this quote that said most people use 20% of what they own 80% of the time, and this is without a doubt true for me. And one way to know if it's true for you is to take this challenge on a test run, maybe for about a month. And this might involve building a capsule wardrobe with things you already own in your closet, and then only choosing outfits from these items for 30 days. And you can do this with other things too, such as makeup, plates, cups, lotions, or anything that you might have too much of. The goal is to see how well you're able to manage with less, and at the end of the challenge, you might realize that you don't need as much as you thought, and this can benefit your finances in two ways. You might start buying less stuff, which of course can help you save money, or you might decide to sell items that you really don't see yourself using again and make some money in the process. There you have it. That's all that I have for you guys today. I really hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, definitely consider subscribing. I talk a lot about money topics, so if you like videos like this, I do post every weekend and sometimes during the week. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you in a few days.